guardians of pedophiles, GOP, Team Taco, you fake ass patriots. Look, we got 33,000 documents turned over from Pam Blondie over to Congress on the Jeffrey Epstein stuff. I know. And hey, look, all of that stuff that was there, we've already seen. Already seen it all. They went and cherry picked out all the stuff that we already knew about, and they held on to everything else there. What it feels like to me, and I know it feels like it to you too, is a cover up. That's what it is. But you can't say that because you're participating in the cover up. And I think the reason why is because you know that Donald F. and Trump's all over it, probably with a whole bunch of other Republicans, because I've been thinking. It's this thing you do whenever, you're trying to work through a problem or something. Look, anyway, I'll explain it to you. Look, what I was doing is I was trying to figure out, what is this deal that all these Republicans want all this covered up for? It ain't just Donald F. and Trump wants it covered up. It's as if they're all over it too. And I was like, well, I know that Team Taco says there's Democrats all over that stuff, How could that be? I mean, the Democrats are the ones wanting it all uncovered. Now then, y'all are the ones wanting to help cover it up, So we got 33,000 documents of nothing that we already knew about. Just like, Krasnov tried to convince all of y'all that, what would be better than having all of the documents themselves? Grand jury testimony. Grand jury, we'll get that for you there. See, just a sliver of the evidence that it requires to get a conviction or to get an indictment. That's what grand jury testimony is. And he knew that if he told you he was going for the grand jury testimony, that you would be stupid enough to believe that was the greatest thing ever. And he knew also that it's against the law for judges to turn over grand jury testimony. That's why he went for it. He went for the grand jury testimony knowing that the judges would turn him down so that he could look at you and say, look, those Obama appointed judges wouldn't let me have it. And then you were stupid enough to take the bait. Or, like I said, tactical stupidity. You're being stupid on purpose. You know that grand jury testimony ain't worth anything, and you also know that no judge was going to release that grand jury testimony. Okay, so I know that. I'm just reminding you that you're not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes with your shenanigans there. So anyway, 33,000 documents that we've already seen. What this is called a cover-up, Again, why would Donald F. and Trump send his personal attorney? Well, I know he's the deputy attorney general now. His personal attorney that represented him during his Stormy Daniels hush money trial that he got convicted on 34 felonies for. Why would he send Todd Blanche to go interview Ghislaine Maxwell? It don't make no sense. They've got all the information right there in his own Department of Justice. There ain't no reason to talk to that woman for anything at all. All the information's right there in the Department of Justice. The only reason why that he would need to do that is so that they could concoct a cover-up for you to be able to clear Donald F. and Trump's good name. You know what I mean? Go in there and talk to her, throw her some softball questions, rehearsed answers to feed to a bunch of stupid people. Because that's what that was. If you can tell by the way that it is, that's why she got her little sweetheart deal and was sent over to Camp Texas, and apparently on work release too. So that right there was hey, you say the things we want you to say, and then we'll make sure that everything goes nice and smooth for you up until your pardon. We'll just let things cool off a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and give you a pardon. That's what that was guarantees, for a convicted child molester there. So, anyway, why would his personal attorney even ask her questions about Donald Trump? It don't make no sense, does it? Unless they were orchestrating a cover-up. That's what this is. Or, they could turn over all the documents, just like Congress asked them to do. And we could settle all this right now. But for some reason, you Team Taco, you fake-ass guardians of pedophiles, there you go, you don't want to see it no more. But we do. We want to see all of it. Because I was sitting there thinking about it. Thinking again. But look, the problem that you got is it seems that all the pedophiles are on your side. You got people that are either involved in sexual misconduct or covering up for it. I mean, look at Jim Jordan covering up for sexual misconduct, right? There at Ohio State, right? You got him. You love you some Matt Gaetz, even though he ain't in Congress. And why ain't he in Congress no more? Well, because he was screwing teenage girls and drugging them. That's why he ain't in Congress no more. Linda McMahon covering up for sexual assault. Well, Pete Hegseth accused of sexual assault. Well, you got Brett Kavanaugh right there on the Supreme Court. Again, sexual assaulter. Donald F. and Trump, king sexual assaulter himself. It's all over the place on your side. All over. Matter of fact, there's another Republican, House Republican there in South Carolina, just got locked up for possession of child pornography. It's everywhere. Everything you accuse Democrats of, it seems to be you. See, and the only thing that you can come up with on Democrats, that Joe Biden, he was picking lint off of his granddaughter's sweater before they took a photograph at his son's funeral. That pedophile right there, picking lint off a sweater. Hey, if I pick lint off of my shirt, am I touching myself? No. Huh. Or he kissed his grandson on his forehead at his son's funeral. He's a pedophile. That's the best you can come up with. Or Bill Clinton got himself a consensual mouth hug while he was in the White House. Right there, sexual assaulter. See, that's the best you can come up with whenever the evidence is all over Republicans. That's why they have the $17 million hush money slush fund in Congress for them specifically. So anyway, you guardians of pedophiles, we still want to see all of the Jeffrey Epstein stuff, okay? Because, hey, if there's Democrats on there, we want to know who those are and we want to get them locked up. You can't say the same thing about your side now, can you? Oh, no, you can't. Because there's so much of that stuff that goes on, not just among your Republican congressmen and your president, but among you yourselves out there in your little small towns. So anyway, you're just like the people you vote for, all right? You're guardians of pedophiles. That's exactly what you are. And Nazis. So, inmate Trump.